Hey folks, Chef Jesse here on a Monday evening. How's everybody doing? Anyway, folks, today we're having I'm making something I haven't made in a while. It's let me start off what it is. It's shredded beef, and I'm going to saute the shredded beef with a bunch of ingredients and stuff like that. There's a Latin dish that's uh, that's based on I think it's a different kind of cut of beef, but they call it ropa vieja, which stands for old clothes. And I guess you shred the beef, it looks like old clothes falling apart. I don't know, that's disgusting. But there is a dish called ropa vieja. I don't know where the dish originates from. I think Spaniards eat it or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. But if anybody wants to help out, make a comment. But it is called. I've heard it called ropa vieja. Uh, but this is I call it shredded beef or carne estofa. Estofa means actually stuffed, so I don't know where that name comes from. Carne estofa, ropa vieja, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It is shredded beef, and I'm gonna put some potatoes in it. This is the way I learned the recipe. Some French fries, and I mix it in with the meat. You're gonna see it. I mean, it might not sound good, but you'll see it. And I got some yellow rice that I'm making my rice cooker because I still haven't perfected rice. So I'm making some rice in my rice cooker, and the meat actually it took 2 hours and a half yesterday to boil and to soften it up, to shred it up. So today, and I left it in the fridge. So today, all I'm gonna do is add some oil and add some tomato sauce and some of this sofrito, which I bought made in the supermarkets. I don't make it, and the sofrito is actually based. It's good for soups. It's good for rice and stuff like that. It contains onions and cilantro and green peppers and salt and pepper and all these other stuff, and it gives it a great flavor. So you can get this in the supermarket. Or you can make it yourself. I don't use this much, so I buy it in the supermarket. One of these days I'll make some. So anyway, I'm going to be using some sofrito. I'm going to be using some tomato sauce. I'm going to, of course, put some salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, all that good stuff in there. And I'm going to saute this up with all those ingredients. It's going to cook up right away because the meat is already cooked. And I took it out of the fridge a little while ago, so it should be ready to go. I'm just waiting for my rice for a countdown. So when my rice goes down to 10 minutes, which is a countdown, I'll start to fry my little fries, and then I'll start to saute the beef, and then put everything together, and it should be all together within 10 minutes or less. It's gonna be done. So, like I said, the meat is already done. I just have to saute it with all the flavors in it. So stay tuned for that, okay? So, folks, the big thing about this is softening up the beef. If you have a pressure cooker or a slow cooker, I have both, but I didn't want to use it. So I put the meat. It's London broil. I got about, I don't know, 3 pounds or 4 pounds of it, whatever it is. And I started to boil it. I did it yesterday. I boiled it for about exactly 2 hours and a half. And when I stuck the fork in, when it came out, I knew it was done. So I shredded it by hand using gloves, right? And, I got it into small pieces. And then I put it away in the fridge. Now I'm going to season it and get all sauteed, all the flavors together. You're gonna see how I do that. And I'm gonna get the French fries going. I got 10 minutes on my rice. It just went to counting, so I'm gonna fry the fries so I can put it in here. So, folks, there goes my shredded beef. I took it out of the fridge so it can, defrost a little bit. I put in a quarter cup of olive oil. And now I'm gonna put in some of this sofrito. I'm gonna use about 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 2.5 tablespoons. I want this thing to be flavorful. Okay, so about 2.5 tablespoons of sofrito. I'm gonna put about half of the can of this tomato sauce. Okay, if I need more, I'll just add more. Right? I'm gonna put in about a teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay. Not enough, never enough garlic. I'm gonna put in about the same tablespoon of garlic, onion powder, I'm gonna put in some about a half a teaspoon of black powder. Okay, well that was actually white pepper. Let's see. We'll put some little bit of salt in there. Okay, we'll put about a teaspoon of salt. Okay, but this thing should have enough flavors. I'm going to put in some olives because this is what I do. This is what they do. So I'm going to put olives. I don't know, a tablespoon. I'm going to put enough olives in there. Gilbert likes olives, so I'm going to put olives in there. Here we go. Now, let me put this stuff away, like so. Okay. Okay, my fries are cooking. I'm going to start warming this up. And this is going to be quick and easy. Okay. Make sure that you keep stirring it so you don't fry the meat, because there's oil in the bottom of here. And if the oil gets hot, it's going to actually fry the meat and it's going to, it's going to ruin it. So you got to keep it moving. So keep it on low, and just make sure that when it starts to sizzle, you start to mix around the meat. Now to give the color to meat, to give the meat some color, I'm going to use a sazon that I use, cilantro. I like the color of and this will give it a nice orangey flavor, and, well, not orangey, orangey color. Okay. As soon as this starts to sizzle, it'll be time for me to start mixing it around. Okay, there you go. Now you can see, just keep moving it around. Okay. And I can still, oh man, I can smell the flavors already coming together. Okay. No, don't put it too high. Okay. What's this? What's the little thing frozen here? Something frozen there or something? Oh, that was something for now. Okay. So you can see the meat is taking a nice color. Okay. And just keep moving it. You want to get all those flavors in there. You see the sofrito is still, mix it up in there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let it get warm a little bit. Coming up. Wait a couple minutes. Then again, keep stirring it. As soon as my fries, you see here, get nice and crispy, I'm going to throw it in there, and I'm going to season everything and put everything together. Okay, look at that. It's starting to cook up a little bit. Make sure you keep moving it, because you don't want the meat to get stuck to the bottom and fry out. Okay. So, there you go. Look at that. Something that doesn't look good. Oh man, you should be here smelling this stuff. So I'll be right back. So folks, now I'm gonna put the fries in. Like I said, I don't think you have to. The fries, but this is a recipe that I got, and I like putting the fries. I like the idea of putting the potatoes in there. The potatoes are going to absorb the flavor. They're going to get soft, and it's going to be nice. So here I am putting the potatoes in here. And I'm going to let the potatoes cook in there for a little while. Right now they're nice and crunchy. And, oh yeah. Oh, there you go. Put some into the side so I can eat. Oh. Put the potatoes in there. Like I said, I don't think the potatoes are mandated, but I like to put it in there because look at it, look how good this looks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So the potatoes are gonna absorb that flavor of the meat. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh. Yeah, so we're gonna let that cook in there for a little while. When I say a little while, 2 or 3 minutes, just so the French fries to soften up a little bit and absorb some of that flavor from the meat. So cover this up, put it very, very low, and come back in about a couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. That's all it takes. Okay. Don't go nowhere. Okay, folks. So it's been about 3 minutes. I turned off the meat. The rice is done, and the next step is taking it to the table. So I want you to meet me at the table, because like always, things taste and look better at the table. So come on. So folks, we're at the table, and I'm about to show you what this is. This dish, it's shredded beef. Again, I'll repeat myself. I boiled it for 2.5 hours. I used London Bros beef. I shredded it by hand, and as you can see in the video, I seasoned it with tomato sauce and sofrito and sazon and all that good stuff, all those Latin spices and flavors and all kind of stuff. This dish, some people call it ropa vieja, which means old clothes. I can see why. It looks like shredded old clothes. I think it's the Spaniards. I think I know people in Spain that make this, and other countries they call it ropa vieja, but I call it shredded beef. You know? And that's what it is. It's got olives in there. It's got a bunch of stuff. Let me show you. And it's got potatoes. I learned how to make it like this, so I always make it with the potatoes. But if you don't have potatoes, yeah, it's okay. So look at that. Look at that, folks. Look at that. In a few minutes, I want to tell you how it tastes. It smells good. It's got all these in there, and spices and all kind of stuff in there. And let's sit down and I'll show you I'll tell you how it tastes. So, folks, let's see how this tastes. Like I said, I cooked the beef has been cooked since last night, and then today I just sauteed it in all these flavors and spices and stuff that you saw that I did. And the beef is just done just right. I boiled it for 2 hours and a half. If you have a pressure cooker or a slow cooker, you can cook it up in that and then shred it after doing that. But I didn't want to take out the pressure. I didn't want to take none of that stuff out. I just did it the old-fashioned way, into a pot, some salt, and just boiled it for 2.5 hours. Every time the water evaporated a bit, I added more water. Set my timer, 2 hours and a half. Usually, sometimes it takes 3 hours, but at 2 hours and a half, when I stuck the fork in, trying to lift the meat out of the water, it fell off, and that's when you know that it's done. So, try it out, folks. I'll put this video in. I'll put this one on YouTube because this is a good one, and it's easy. You know, like I said, well, after you soften up the meat, the rest is easy. You make the rice, saute the beef with all the flavors, and you are done. All right, folks. Hope you enjoy your Monday. First day of the week is the hardest, right? After that, it just goes downhill. Oh, the weather's gonna be nice this week, and August is almost over, folks. Oh my God, time is flying. Before we know, we'll be wearing coats and scarves and gloves and boots, and then before you know that, we'll be broke, spending money on gifts for Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Anyway, folks, love you guys. Thank you for being with me tonight. We love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.